From shifting locations to deep emotions, moving has many meanings. In this episode, we'll explore words that describe physical movement and emotional impact. With definitions, real-world examples, and engaging images, let's master the vocabulary of motion. Inspiring as adjective. Having the effect of inspiring someone, encouraging or invigorating, stimulating creative or spiritual activity. Her perseverance in the face of challenges is truly inspiring and serves as a source of motivation for others. The beauty of nature can be profoundly inspiring, sparking creativity and introspection. Reading about the achievements of historical figures can be inspiring, showing what is possible with determination and hard work. The teacher's passion for the subject matter is inspiring students to engage more deeply in their studies. The documentary about overcoming adversity was incredibly inspiring and left a lasting impact on its viewers. Stirring as adjective. Causing excitement, emotion, or activity. Emotionally moving or inspiring. Characterized by stirring. Capable of stirring or agitating. The stirring melody of the national anthem filled the stadium with patriotic pride. Her stirring performance in the play earned her rave reviews from critics. The movie's stirring soundtrack enhanced the emotional impact of the dramatic scenes. The novel's stirring depiction of courage in the face of adversity captivated readers. The speech delivered by the civil rights leader was stirring and unforgettable. Grip is noun, a firm hold or grasp, a strong or secure grasp or control over something. The politician's speech aimed to strengthen his grip on power. He tightened his grip on the steering wheel as he navigated the icy road. The child's small hand slipped from her grip as they crossed the busy street. The company sought to maintain its grip on the market by introducing innovative products. The detective felt the killer's grip on the city tightening with each new crime. Peregrination as noun. A journey, especially one that is long, meandering, or undertaken with a specific purpose. A voyage or expedition, often involving travel to various places. The act of traveling or wandering from one place to another, typically in search of adventure, enlightenment, or new experiences. After retiring, they embarked on a peregrination around the world, visiting exotic destinations. His peregrinations took him across continents, from bustling cities to remote villages. The poet drew inspiration from his peregrinations through the countryside, capturing the beauty of nature in his verses. The novel follows the protagonist's peregrination as he searches for meaning and identity. The explorer chronicled his peregrinations in a series of journals detailing his encounters with different cultures. Gad is noun, a sharp-pointed tool or device used for pricking or goading animals, especially cattle. A spike or pointed instrument used for driving into wood or other materials, typically with a hammer. Farmers used to use a gad to prod cattle along when herding them. In medieval times, the gad was a common tool for workers in various trades. The shepherd carried a long gad to guide the sheep along the path. The carpenter used a gad to drive the nails into the wooden plank. The gad was essential for making holes in the leather for stitching. Modal as adjective, characterized by the capacity for self-directed movement or the ability to propel oneself through an environment. Having the ability to move or capable of movement, exhibiting locomotion. Bacteria are modal microorganisms that can move independently through their environment. Protozoa are single-celled organisms that are often highly modal, using specialized structures for movement. Some plant seeds have structures that enable them to be modal, facilitating dispersal by wind or water. Sperm cells are highly modal, using their flagella to propel themselves towards the egg for fertilization. The larvae of certain insects are highly modal and can quickly disperse over large distances. Peripatetic is noun. A person who travels from place to place, especially for work or teaching. An itinerant worker or teacher who moves from place to place. The ancient Greeks had a group of peripatetics who walked around while discussing philosophy. The peripatetics in the museum were a knowledgeable and interesting bunch. The peripatetics who work for the government travel frequently to attend meetings and conferences. The peripatetics in the park were enjoying a lovely day. The peripatetics were discussing their research in the university's courtyard. Celerity as noun describes swiftness or speed in accomplishing something. Quality of being quick or fast in action or movement. The driver navigated the winding road with celerity, demonstrating exceptional control of the vehicle. The emergency response team acted with great celerity, arriving at the scene within minutes. The company completed the project with remarkable celerity, delivering it ahead of schedule. The military operation was executed with celerity, catching the enemy by surprise. The athlete moved with celerity on the court, displaying incredible speed and agility. Touching as adjective, affecting the emotions or sentiments deeply, poignant, evoking strong feelings of sympathy, empathy, or tenderness. The touching farewell speech left a lasting impression on all who attended. The touching story of the dog's loyalty to its owner moved many viewers to tears. The touching scene in the movie where the father and son reconcile resonated with audiences. The touching reunion between the long-lost siblings brought tears to everyone's eyes. His touching gesture of kindness warmed her heart on a cold winter day. Riveting is noun, the action or process of fastening metal plates or bars together. The holding of attention, something that is captivating or engrossing. The documentary was so riveting that I couldn't tear myself away from the screen. Her riveting performance in the play earned her a standing ovation from the audience. The book was a riveting account of the rescue mission in the treacherous mountains. The riveting of the steel beams ensured the structural integrity of the bridge. The movie's plot twists and suspenseful scenes made it a truly riveting experience for viewers. Touching as verb, affecting or moving someone emotionally, making physical contact with someone or something. The child cautiously approached the animal, touching its fur with curiosity. His speech was touching, and many in the audience were moved to tears. The song's lyrics, touching on themes of loss and longing, resonated with listeners. The painting depicts two lovers touching hands, expressing their deep connection. She hesitated before touching the fragile vase, afraid it might break. Provocative as adjective, serving to challenge or question established norms, beliefs, or conventions, often in a bold or controversial manner. Tending or intended to provoke or stimulate a reaction, especially a strong or emotional one. The artist's provocative paintings sparked debates about social justice and inequality. The comedian's provocative jokes touched on sensitive topics, eliciting both laughter and discomfort from the audience. The politician's provocative remarks ignited controversy and heated discussions in the media. Her provocative attire at the party drew attention and raised eyebrows among the guests. The novel's provocative themes of love, betrayal, and power challenge readers' perceptions of morality and ethics. Poignant as adjective. Deeply moving or affecting, especially in evoking a strong emotional response. Strongly stirring the emotions, especially sorrow or pity. The movie's poignant ending left the audience in tears. The writer's poignant description of the war zone brought the reader into the story. The photograph captured a poignant moment between a father and son. The song's poignant lyrics touched the hearts of many listeners. The speaker's poignant tribute to his late mentor moved the audience deeply. Affect is noun. The emotional response or reaction that a person has to a particular event or situation. The emotional state or reaction that a person displays, as opposed to their true feelings. The patient's affect was very somber during the therapy session. The teacher was trained to observe the student's affect in order to gauge their emotional well-being. The psychologist noted a marked change in the patient's affect after adjusting their medication. The researcher noted a difference in affect between the control group and the experimental group. The actor's affect was convincing, and he seemed to truly feel the emotions of his character. Impel as verb. To drive or force someone or something to take action, typically through persuasion, pressure, or coercion. To urge or compel someone to do something, often with a sense of urgency or necessity. The urgent need for action impelled the government to implement new safety regulations. His passion for social justice impelled him to become an activist and advocate for change. Fear of failure impelled her to work harder and strive for success in her career. The inspiring speech impelled the audience to join the cause and take action. The desire to explore new horizons impelled the adventurers to embark on a daring expedition. Dynamic is adjective. Characterized by constant change, activity, or progress. Full of energy, action, and life. The athlete's dynamic performance earned him a standing ovation from the crowd. The dynamic duo of detectives solved the case with their teamwork and intelligence. The dynamic young CEO transformed the company with his innovative ideas. The dance routine was full of dynamic movements and energy. The dynamic market conditions require the company to adapt quickly to stay competitive. Engaging as verb. Capturing or holding one's attention. Charming, interesting, or appealing in a way that encourages involvement or interaction. Participating or taking part in an activity or endeavor. Becoming involved or committed. The company's engaging social media posts attracted a large following and boosted brand awareness. He found the book so engaging that he couldn't put it down until he finished it. The teacher's engaging teaching style made learning enjoyable and interactive for her students. The audience was captivated by the speaker's engaging presentation on climate change. She has a talent for engaging others in meaningful conversations and building rapport. Stirring as verb. To cause excitement, emotion, or activity. To provoke or evoke a response. To mix or agitate something by moving it around with a utensil or tool. His speech stirred the audience, inspiring them to take action for change. The news of her promotion stirred jealousy among her co-workers. The music stirred memories of their childhood, bringing tears to their eyes. The chef stirred the ingredients in the pot, creating a delicious aroma. She stirred the soup gently to blend the flavors before serving. Transfixing as verb. To hold motionless with amazement, awe, or terror. To captivate or fascinate to the point of being immobile. to pierce or impale with a sharp object. The hunter transfixes the prey with a swift and accurate shot. The beauty of the painting transfixes viewers, holding their gaze in rapt attention. She was transfixing, her eyes holding a depth that seemed to draw people in. The story was so transfixing that I couldn't put the book down until I finished it. The magician's performance was so transfixing that the audience sat in stunned silence. Inspiring as verb. Present participle of the verb inspire, which means to fill someone with the urge or ability to do or feel something, especially to do something creative, serving as the source of inspiration or motivation. Watching the sunrise over the mountains is an inspiring experience that fills one with awe. Her dedication to charitable work is inspiring others to get involved in their communities. The artist's latest masterpiece is inspiring admiration and appreciation among art enthusiasts. The coach's leadership style is inspiring the team to strive for excellence and work together towards their goals. The speaker's words of encouragement are inspiring the audience to pursue their dreams. Riveting as verb. To fasten with rivets. To hold someone or something firmly and completely absorbed or engrossed. The news report riveted the nation as it unfolded live on television. The documentary riveted viewers with its gripping portrayal of historical events. The suspenseful plot of the novel riveted readers until the very end. His eyes were riveted on the stage, captivated by the mesmerizing performance. The speaker riveted the audience's attention with her powerful speech. Uplifting as verb. To improve the mood or morale of a person or group. To raise someone's spirits. To make someone feel happier or more hopeful. The community came together to support each other during difficult times, creating an uplifting atmosphere of solidarity. Volunteering at the shelter was an uplifting experience, knowing that she was making a difference in someone's life. Music has a way of uplifting the soul, providing comfort in times of distress. The motivational speaker's words were uplifting, inspiring the audience to pursue their dreams. The kind gesture from a stranger was uplifting, restoring her faith in humanity. Peripatetic as adjective. Of or relating to the philosophy or teaching style of Aristotle, who walked around while lecturing, wandering or traveling from place to place, especially in pursuit of work or teaching. The peripatetic salesman spent most of his day on the road. The peripatetic teacher moved from school to school, never staying in one place for very long. The writer's peripatetic life was the source of inspiration for her novels. The peripatetic lifestyle of a musician requires a lot of traveling. The philosopher's peripatetic approach to his work allowed him to think clearly and creatively. Affect as verb. To have an impact on or influence the condition or development of something. To produce a change or influence in something or someone. The rainy weather affected the turnout at the outdoor concert. The increase in prices has affected sales negatively. The new policy will affect all employees in the company. The news of the promotion affected her greatly, and she was ecstatic. The medication seems to be affecting the patient's mood positively. Hijra as noun. A journey or migration, especially one undertaken to escape danger or seek refuge. The flight of Muhammad from Mecca to Medina in 622 CE, marking the beginning of the Islamic era. Many refugees embarked on a perilous hijra across the desert to reach safety. The family's hijra to a neighboring country was motivated by the escalating violence in their homeland. The historian chronicled the events leading up to the Prophet's Hijrah and its significance in Islamic history. The novel tells the story of a young woman's hijrah from an oppressive regime to find freedom and autonomy. The pilgrim's annual hijrah to the holy city was a deeply spiritual experience. Touching is noun, physical contact or the act of touching, the sensation or perception of physical contact. She enjoyed the comforting touching of the soft blanket against her skin. The toddler explored the world through touching everything within reach. The touching of lips in a kiss can convey love, passion, or affection. The gentle touching of hands conveyed more than words ever could. The doctor emphasized the importance of proper touching during physical examinations. Sway as verb. To influence or control a person or situation, indirectly or imperceptibly, to persuade or affect someone's opinions, decisions, or behavior. To move or swing back and forth or from side to side, to oscillate or rock. The powerful speech by the political leader swayed many undecided voters to support the proposed legislation. The charismatic leader had the ability to sway public opinion with his persuasive arguments. She swayed to the rhythm of the music, lost in the joy of the moment. The branches swayed gently in the breeze as the leaves rustled softly. His emotions swayed between hope and despair as he awaited news of his missing family members. Sway is noun, a swinging or swaying movement, a rocking motion, influence or control, especially through indirect or subtle means. The tree's branches moved in a gentle sway as the wind blew through the forest. The ship's gentle sway made some passengers feel queasy, while others found it soothing. The sway of tradition often dictates the customs and rituals observed by a society. She held considerable sway within the company, often shaping key decisions behind the scenes. The politician's considerable sway over public opinion was evident in the results of the election. Stimulating as verb. To encourage or incite activity, growth, or development. To arouse interest, excitement, or enthusiasm. To provide sensory or intellectual input that activates or invigorates the mind or body. The teacher used interactive games and multimedia presentations to stimulate learning in the classroom. The spicy aroma of the food stimulated her appetite, making her mouth water. The new art exhibit aims to stimulate discussion and reflection on contemporary social issues. Physical exercise stimulates the release of endorphins, which can improve mood and reduce stress. The company offered employees incentives to stimulate productivity and innovation in the workplace. Emotional as adjective. Easily affected or influenced by emotions. Prone to experiencing intense emotional responses. Pertaining to or involving feelings, moods, or emotions. Characterized by strong feelings or deep sentiment. She found it difficult to make decisions when she was in an emotional state. The film's powerful storytelling evoked strong, emotional reactions from the audience. His emotional outburst surprised everyone at the meeting. The loss of a loved one can trigger intense emotional pain and grief. Writing poetry was a way for her to express her emotional turmoil and innermost thoughts. Evocative as adjective. Having the power or quality to bring forth vivid images, sensations, or associations in the mind, stirring or suggestive of particular thoughts or experiences, tending to evoke or elicit a strong emotional response, memory, or feeling. suggestive or reminiscent of something else, often with a sense of nostalgia or sentimentality. The music was so evocative that it transported listeners to another time and place. The painting's evocative colors and textures captured the essence of the artist's emotional journey. The evocative landscape paintings of the countryside captured the beauty and serenity of rural life. The film's evocative cinematography conveyed a sense of longing and melancholy. The evocative scent of freshly baked bread brought back memories of her childhood. Grip as verb: to grasp or hold tightly, to have a strong or controlling influence on someone or something. She gripped the railing tightly as she climbed the stairs. His fear gripped him as he stepped into the dark room. The cold weather gripped the city, causing temperatures to plummet. The fear of failure gripped her, preventing her from taking risks. The news of the pandemic gripped the nation, leading to widespread concern and precautions. Engaging as adjective: charming, attractive, or appealing, capable of capturing and holding one's interest or attention, pleasantly involving or stimulating, providing enjoyment or entertainment. The children were drawn to the engaging illustrations in the picture book. The engaging melody of the song had everyone on the dance floor. She has an engaging personality that makes it easy for her to connect with others. The engaging conversation at the party made the evening fly by. The engaging storyline of the novel kept readers eagerly turning the pages. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.